No, Emma, I don't know any other caregiver. He's my dad. I'm not gonna leave him with a stranger. After a whole year, we've been working with you since I brought him from Panama. Look, do you really need to do this today? This exhibition is very important. That's the only thing I asked for, Emma. Please help me. I can't bring him. It's inappropriate. They're very important people.
This made me tear up a little. I really love this of a story between a father and daughter, especially a daughter dealing with the frustration that a parent is senile. They don't have very lucid days, kind of dementia, and she's still trying to do her job. But by the end, she finds out what's important to her. And the guy from Vogue was really trying to tell her what he likes and what it was, and it took being really thrust into the moment for her to see what was most important. This was really sweet. It really did make me tear up. I was trying not to cry just because it was so beautiful with the flashbacks and all that. You really felt like you knew these people, that they were yeah, that you could feel their frustration, her frustration. You could tell that dad was just lost in the moment, that he really did think he was back home in Panama. It was a really sweet but beautiful film.
I love the use of the white in present day and then the color in the future and going back and forth. It was so obvious. Of course, also, they were younger, but it was just really cool to see, the differences. And I love the line, "You were supposed to like me first." And this relationship between a father and a daughter throughout the years, just great back and forth between past and present. So beautifully done. The script, the editing, the acting. The man had me laughing out loud. It was really great acting, and directing as well. And just great costumes and wardrobe and makeup. Just a really, really neat idea to, for her to kind of have that arc and be like, not really caring at one point about everybody around her and how much it means to her, because the father means more at that point, and experiencing that moment with him. And it was really neat as the audience to kind of go back and forth between, the past and the present to kind of see why that means so much for her.
I love the A24 vibe that it had going for it. The aspect ratio and the color palette really hooks the viewers into the world of the story. The soundtrack, the acting, the directing, everything works well for the story, which allows viewers to connect with it very easily.
It really puts a spotlight on the kind of changing dynamics that people go through as not only you reach, adulthood and kind of get farther into that, but then as your parents reach the next kind of stage of their life, and as maybe health concerns or, medical issues or, the older age start to kind of come up, and navigating that I think is really interesting, and learning how to navigate that I think is sometimes very difficult, because the dynamic with your parents itself, I think, doesn't change until you get into standing on your own 2 feet, living on your own, making, decisions solely based for yourself and things like that. Whatever time that happens for you, I think that timeline is different for everybody as well. But once you kind of cross that threshold and that barrier, I think the exchange between a person and their parents really does change. And what your parents can give you, what you need from your parents, that has a dramatic shift. So learning to navigate that, I think, is really, really interesting.
And this is a tale of a conflict of personality or identity with the roots from the paternal and maternal ways and their origin country, moving abroad and living a different life with different ways. And it's just a journey through beautiful poetic shots that this individual gets to rediscover the long lost love for their country and appreciation of the beauty, the colors, and the music that had and that she left behind. But it's the rediscovering and seeing from a different perspective, and also learning how to balance both.
So much passion and love in this project. I enjoyed the performances of all the cast members, from the past and present. The music was a lot of fun too. I loved seeing the gorgeous clothing, and the story was quite touching. The relationship between daughter and father was so strong. I thought there was great pace, direction, and editing.